Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. You said, American Idol Season 23 winner Jamal Roberts, a match made in heaven on their latest single Still. Here's a full inspirational story in English, around 1,200 words, based on American Idol Season 23 winner Jamal Roberts and his latest single Still. A match made in heaven. The story of Jamal Roberts and Still when Jamal Roberts stepped onto the American Idol stage for the very first time during Season 23 auditions. Very few people in the audience could have predicted the impact his voice and spirit would have on millions of hearts across the world. He wasn't the typical flashy performer. He didn't come in with glittering outfits or a long resume of professional gigs. Instead, Jamal carried something more powerful, a quiet strength, a raw passion for music, and a determination to let his story be told through song. By the time the season ended, Jamal Roberts wasn't just a contestant anymore, he was a winner. Crowned champion of American Idol Season 23, Jamal made history when his debut single Heal topped the Billboard Hot Gospel Songs chart. For the first time ever, an Idol winner claimed that coveted #1 spot on the gospel chart, proving that music rooted in faith, love, and resilience could still shine in an industry dominated by pop and hip-hop. But Jamal's journey didn't stop there. His next single, Still, would become more than just a song. It would be a love letter to perseverance, faith, and the idea that sometimes the most powerful connections, whether spiritual, romantic, or creative, feel like a match made in heaven. Humble beginnings. Jamal grew up in a small town where music was less of a luxury and more of a necessity. His family didn't have much, but what they lacked in material wealth, they made up for in love and community. Sundays were spent in church, where Jamal first discovered the power of gospel music. He would sit beside his grandmother, who sang in the choir, and feel the entire room lift when voices came together in harmony. At home, Jamal's mother played old records by legends like Sam Cooke, Aretha Franklin, and Donny Hathaway. His father, a hardworking man who juggled multiple jobs, encouraged Jamal to use his gift not just for entertainment, but for healing. Life wasn't easy. There were moments of struggle, days when bills piled up, and times when Jamal wondered if his dream of making music would ever be possible. But through it all, he held on to the belief that his voice was meant for something greater. The Idol journey. When Jamal auditioned for American Idol, he was nervous but determined. His performance of a soulful ballad silenced the room. The judges saw more than talent, they saw authenticity. Week after week, Jamal delivered performances that left audiences in tears, songs that weren't just sung but felt. By the time he reached the finale, Jamal had become a fan favorite. His story of resilience and faith resonated with people from all walks of life. When he was announced as the winner of Season 23, the roar of the crowd was more than just applause. It was a recognition of every hurdle he had overcome. Heal, and the first taste of success following his win, Jamal released Heal, a gospel-infused anthem about restoration and hope. The song wasn't just popular, it was historic. Debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot Gospel Songs chart, it broke records and reminded the world that music rooted in spirituality could still capture mainstream attention. The success of Heal proved that Jamal wasn't just a fleeting reality TV star. He was an artist with staying power. More importantly, it gave him the confidence to explore deeper, more personal music. The birth of Still. After the whirlwind of touring and media appearances, Jamal found himself in a quiet writing session, reflecting on his journey. Out of those reflections came the foundation for his next single, Still. Still was born from a place of vulnerability. It was about standing firm through life's storms, about love that doesn't waver even when everything else does, and about faith that remains constant in the face of chaos. But there was another layer. Jamal had recently collaborated with a songwriter and vocalist whose style perfectly complemented his own. Their partnership, both musically and spiritually, felt almost divine. The chemistry was undeniable, and when they worked together on Still, it felt like fate. As Jamal would later say in interviews, this wasn't just a song, it was a testimony. A match made in heaven. A song that resonates. When Still was finally released, the reaction was overwhelming. Fans described it as healing, transformative, and deeply moving. Couples used it in weddings, churches added it to worship playlists, and radio stations played it on repeat. What made Still so powerful wasn't just the melody or the lyrics, it was the emotion behind it. Every note carried Jamal's story, the struggles of his childhood, the uncertainty of his future, and the unwavering belief that love and faith could see him through. In interviews, Jamal explained that Still wasn't just about romantic love. It was about God's love, about family bonds, and about the people who never give up on you no matter how dark the road gets. The match made in heaven, the phrase "a match made in heaven," followed Jamal everywhere after the release of Still. Fans saw it as a reflection of his collaboration with his co-writer, while others believed it described his bond with his audience. For Jamal, the phrase was deeply personal. He believed that every step of his journey, the hardships, the triumphs, the moments of doubt, had led him to this exact moment. And in that alignment of destiny and purpose, he saw the hand of something greater. Inspiring the next generation beyond music, Jamal used his platform to inspire others. He frequently visited schools, community centers, and churches to share his story. He wanted young people to know that success doesn't always come from privilege or connections. Sometimes it comes from resilience, authenticity, and a willingness to keep singing even when no one seems to be listening. He often told students, "You don't have to be perfect to pursue your dreams. You just have to be willing to keep going, even when life tells you to stop." The legacy of Still today still continues to inspire millions. It's more than just a chart-topping single, it's a movement. It's a reminder that love, in all its forms, is unshakable. That faith is not about never doubting, but about standing firm still, even when doubt comes. For Jamal Roberts, the journey is far from over. He's working on new music, expanding his reach, and continuing to touch lives. But no matter how far he goes, Still will always remain a cornerstone of his career, a song born from vulnerability that became a global anthem. The story of Jamal Roberts and Still is one of resilience, faith, and destiny. From his humble beginnings to his groundbreaking win on American Idol, from Heal to Still, Jamal's journey proves that when passion meets purpose, miracles happen. For those who listen to his music, Jamal is more than just a singer. He's a storyteller, a healer, and a reminder that sometimes the greatest gifts come from the hardest struggles. His voice continues to echo with hope, telling the world that no matter what storms may come, love and faith remain still.